Now that you have your sentences ready, let's talk about how the writing part of the lesson will look. I'm going to demonstrate with the sentences that we came up with for the nose page. So look at this nose. The nose is how we can tell dogs apart. I will say to the student, so here's what we're going to write. Look at this nose. The nose is how we can tell dogs apart. You have two pieces of paper in front of you, a writing page and a practice page. I'm going to demonstrate how to use these pages, and when I write with my left hand, it will be the student, pretend like that's the student writing. When I write with my right hand, that's going to be the teacher writing. You're going to do a combination of both kinds of writing. So you're going to remind the student of the first sentence. Look at this nose. That word look is a great word for them to learn at this point. It has 4 letters. It's a great word. If they know it and they say, I know how to spell that, you bring them to the practice page and you ask them, show me. And so maybe they show you and they show you that they know how to spell that correctly. That's great. If they do, then you have them move it right over to the actual writing page and you put that word right, have them write that first word, look. If they come over and they don't know how to spell it, let's say they give it a good try, then what you need to do is say, this is the word look, and you write that word right on there for them. And then you ask them to write that word. They might write it right underneath. You might ask them, oh, put it down in this corner. Okay, let's practice it down there. See that word look? Get a good look at it. And once they've practiced it a few times, then you can move it over here. The next word is at. Look at this nose. The child may know how to spell that word at. If they do, make them show you. Oh, do you know at? Okay, you know at. Very good. Make sure they leave a space between their writing. Always remind them about that space. So we're going to have them be able to write that word at. Look at this. Oh, that's another harder high frequency word that has 4 letters. You may choose to write that word for them. So I switched hands. That means you're doing the writing. Look at this nose. That's a great word for them to hear the parts. So I would ask them, come over here and show me what you know, what you hear in that word nose. And so they might write nose. Good. And you might say, that's very good. You may take the pen and say, that word has an, that's the word nose. And then have the child come over here. Make sure they leave a good space and let them go ahead and write that word nose. And we decided to use an exclamation point. So I would tell them, I'm going to put an exclamation point. So we read it like this. Look at this nose. My next sentence says, the nose is how we can tell dogs apart. Ask them if they know how to spell the word the. If they know, have them show you on the practice page just to make sure. Then have them come over here and write that word the. And now we need the word nose again. We can look right there, and let's say they start writing but they forget to leave a space. That's where you're going to use your correction tape, and you're going to cover it up just like that and then ask them to move it over. You'll use your correction tape if they've put a wrong letter, make a letter backwards. You'll fix it up if it's over here. Over here, it doesn't matter. You can just cross it out and let them try again because this is their practice page. But over here, we want it to be right. The nose is, maybe they know is, let them write it. How. That might be tricky. You may decide to go ahead and write the word how. We, it's 2 letters. They might know we. If they do, let them show you. We. Good. How we. The next word is can. The nose is how we can. That's a 3-letter high frequency word. See if they can do it. Talk to them about it. Tell. That might be tricky, but that's a good word to hear sounds in. What do you hear first? Eh, I would use my sounds. Let them practice hearing that short E, tell. And you might say, that's very good. You heard those sounds. There's 2 L's at the end. Have them switch over here, leave a good space, and have them write that word tell. The next word is dogs. I might come over here and I might put boxes like this and say, dogs has 4 sounds in it. Can you fill out those sounds? D, og, z. And you help them find those sounds, then let them bring it right over here and fill it in. That word apart might be one where you take the pen, you write it out, and then put your period.